The beaches of Santa Monica. And now it's in.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. So the net starting five. Harden out there with Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Jordan in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the one spot. Now here's Jackson. He kicks to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. George, no good.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
Now here's Harden. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Durant, no good. And it's the Clippers' ball. Oh, Leonard in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Jackson against Harden. Pass to Durant. Unable to get that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Here's Irving. Outside Durant for three. Second chance shot. And the call on the shot. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Irving with a clean look. That three off the mark.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
And good that time.
Well, the multi-time scoring champion Kevin Durant is showing you he has got as complete a game as there is in the NBA. What a pretty pass.
Jackson lays it up off the glass. Jackson's got his second bucket of the game to go. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for Brooklyn, Blake Griffin. He's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Here's Cousins. The Clippers keep it alive. Great positioning on the putback. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Irving dishes to Brown. A minute 20 left in the first quarter. Here's Irving. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence. And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of. And then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
The shot by Rondo is no good. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Griffin can't get it to go in. Clippers trail by 3. The shot's good from Kennard.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
2-second difference between shot clock and gameplay. Irving passes to Griffin. Irving dishes to Griffin. Back to Irving. Fires from the wing. That one doesn't go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
At the end. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
I really thought that everything seemed to fall into place for them in that first quarter.
Boy, from the opening tip, they look focused and ready to play. You know, that's really paid off for them to get this early lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Brown. Green is out there with Harris. Then there's Irving. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Rondo passes to Batum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Nets. James Harden comes in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Harden. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
Well, you want to try to stay between Kevin Durant and the basket because he will throw it down if he gets near the cup.
Rondo passes to Cousins. Outside for Batum. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Brooklyn. It's a 3-point game. And it's Green missing.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
A shot by Batum, no good. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a switch here for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jeff Green. Durant in the corner. It's stolen by Morris. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Brooklyn with the ball. Left side, KD. Jordan kicks to Harden. The kick out to Brown. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers trail by 3. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Now Harden. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Jordan trying to free himself up.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Jackson against Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Greg, if you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this area at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Outside, George jacks up a 3. The rebound by the Nets. Stolen by Jackson. Morris outside. The 3. Offensive rebound. Outside for George. From deep three-point range. And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets leading by 5. Griffin passes to Jordan. Harden has a wide-open look. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Outside, George. There's the triple. That's his first basket of the game. 1 for 6 and looking for more.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Outside, KD. Fires, high post. Again, the Nets for 2.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Jackson dishes to Morris. Lets it go with a 3. The rebound by the Nets. KD's got his 5th rebound in this one. The Nets working the ball around now. Jordan the pass to Griffin. The 3. Kevin Durant again from deep. KD's got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn. Now here is George. And it's George finishing it off.
This is how athletic Paul George is, an absolute monster around the rim.
Outside Durant. From deep. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 13 points, 5 rebounds,
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Clock at 6. Here's Jordan. On its way from Irving for 2. Here's KD. Harden right side. And here's Harris from the arc. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Stolen by Harden. Now the pass to Durant. Irving for 3. And the Nets, another 3.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
And stolen by Jordan. Harris outside. Passes to Green. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Fires the 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Batum's got 6 rebounds here tonight. George trying to break free. And it's Leonard missing. And so Green will bring it up for the Nets. This is the most they've led by 13 points. Pass to Jordan. They kick it out to Green. The tray. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Right side, Rondo. Left side, Leonard. Over Green. That one wide left. Nets leading by 13. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden against Batum. Harden the pass to Jordan. The kick out to Irving. Harris outside. Puts it up from 12. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Harris. Irving's got 11.
Well, the ability to score at all 3 levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
Harden outside. Jordan finds Harden. The long distance 3 is buried. 5 points in the game.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Rondo. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by the Nets.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Fires for 3. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Stolen by Zubac. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you. Nets leading by 12. Harden kicks to Irving. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. On the wing, Irving. 17-foot shot on the way. And the jumper is good. And the Nets lead by 14.
Well, you know that Kyrie is going to be looking for a shot in that situation. It isn't hard for him to find one ever, it seems.
Now here's Batum. He has 6.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Green with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 6.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
The deep 3 from Harden. Offensive rebound, Nets. Jordan kicks to Harris. Drills it from outside. Harris has got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Nets.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
And so it's Brooklyn. Their lead at 15 going into the break. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Luwawu down out there with Johnson. Then there's Griffin, and it's Claxton in at the 4. It's good. Mann's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Los Angeles. Nets leading by 13. Brown outside. Pass to Griffin. Back to Brown. On the wing, Johnson. Defended by Beverly. Here's Brown. Morris with the block.
Well, Marcus Morris, the frame and the length to block shots. That's pretty.
The Clippers shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Knocked loose. Griffin with the steal. Brown outside. Shoots. And Griffin scores. The assist by Brown. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Left side, Griffin. Johnson surveying the floor. And there's the pass to Luwawu. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots it up. Kicks it out to Johnson. Passes it to Luwawu. Nets passing it around. There's the 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunity. Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Luwawu. Back to Brown. Luwawu, the pass to Johnson. Lets it go from deep. The kick out to Brown. Here's Luwawu. No good on the triple. Clippers trail by 15. Here's Mann. They get it again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Johnson outside. Pass to Griffin. He's off on that one. Nice D from Cousins. The Clippers running out of time. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. A three from Morris. The rebound by Luwawu. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for KD.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
And here's Beverly. Launches a three. Blake Griffin pulls it in. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Johnson for three. But they recover it.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
There's Brown with the three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Beverly. Makes it off the glass.
Well, this guy is a fighter. Patrick Beverly will not back down from contact.
And the Nets with possession here. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. The Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles, and the freeway, and nothing.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Yusuf Nurkic, Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George, and it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. Here's Simons. Covington dishes to Nurkic. Cousins pulls it in.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And that one's good. Leonard, plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots. And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Lillard against Beverly. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
George looking around. And the three off target. For Portland, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Simons. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Here's Leonard. Portland grabs the miss.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Lillard attacking. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Now here is George. Pass to Cousins. Morris outside. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. That shot is off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Rondo, good.
What marvelous handles by Rondo, really pulling the carpet out from the defense.
Portland trailing here. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Kennard against Powell. Feeds it to Anthony. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Now Lillard. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. For the Clippers, Mann's checked in, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard. That shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Mann passes to Batum. Stolen by McCollum. And here they come. Here's Anthony. And too long on the shot. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Here's Mann. Yes, that goes in.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Lillard against Jackson. And that one drops.
What strength from Lillard. Just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Jackson against Lillard. Zubac trying to break loose. Jackson misses.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Can't connect from short range. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers ahead. They're up by 4. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's man in at the 3 spot. Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Nicholas Batum. He's off from 17 feet.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
The shot's good from Cantor.
And the veteran just reading the situation. Cantor will take advantage of the openings if you give him.
Jackson kicks to Batum. To the inside. Stolen by Cantor. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Goes up on the wing. Kept alive. Cantor's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 4. It's Jackson with the drive. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got his first 2 points.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Giles checked in for Portland. Little comes in for Lillard. And Portland has possession. And a wide open look for McCollum. Giles the pass to Cantor. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Beverley against McCollum. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 6. And here they go. Here's McCollum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Leonard, he's checked in for Patrick Beverley. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years and you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed.
One of the more instinctive passers over the last decade. Rondo quickly locates the open man.
McCollum against Rondo. And it's Cousins with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
Here's McCollum.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Can't hit from 12. Leonard inside. The rebound by Giles. Trailblazers trail by 4. Powell, no one around him. Cantor kicks to Powell. Cousins against McCollum. 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Cantor's shot is off. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. Portland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Giles, that's good.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now here's Rondo. Pass to George. Cousins trying to free himself up. And George gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Powell against George. And here is Powell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's McCollum. And the jumper from down low is good.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Rondo kicks to George. Here's the three. That doesn't go either for George. The wide open shot by Little, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 2. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening period. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of a. And that's going to do it for us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. And Morris throws it down.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's Lillard. Simons, the pass to Lillard. To the wing right side. And it's Simons missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Beverly. And Cousins kicks to Beverly. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Robert Covington picks one up.
With Kawhi, you love his talent, but just as important, you love the basketball IQ and work ethic.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George. Simons, the pass to Lillard. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter.
They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime.
Jackson passes to Zubac, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Man's checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Patrick Beverly. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Anthony's checked in. Leonard, 6 feet out. That one doesn't drop. Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard left side. Batum with the steal. Here's Jackson, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential and one.
Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got 6.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Clippers.
Outside Jackson. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Giles comes in for Jones. Norman Bowles checked in for Anthony Simons. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. McCollum deciding where to go with it over Jackson. The putback, and Cantor able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Jackson finds Kennard. From past the arc. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good, Giles. He's off on the second. Clippers leading by 10. Rondo passes to Cousins. Now Kennard. It's George on the wing. Clock at 6. Trailblazers trail by 10. Cantor dishes to Carmelo. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Powell kicks to Anthony. Cantor in the corner. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. 6 points for Enes Kanter.
And really inside the paint is where Cantor thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Morris passes to Kennard. Back to Morris. McCollum against Rondo. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Two of Rondo's greatest assets. Very strong for his size and very comfortable operating in the paint.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. They've got Paul George. Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Trailblazers trail by 10. Now here's Lillard. Over Rondo with the putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his first points of the game.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Rondo kicks to Cousins. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Beverly. George against Anthony. George with the bucket.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Lillard outside. A bucket is good.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Clippers leading by 8. Rondo looking around. And that one's good. Beverly.
When he's not shooting threes, you'll find Patrick Beverly at the rim.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Rondo against Lillard. It's stolen by Rondo. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Wants to get it to Morris and does. Hammers the alley-oop through.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. The pass to Nurkic. Kicks to Covington. Back to Nurkic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Rondo dishes to George. Passes it to Beverly. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. Leonard comes in for Rajon Rondo. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Derek Jones comes in for Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. And a deep three from Lillard. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth. George against McCollum. Pass to Cousins. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Nurkic. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Trailblazers trail by 10. Covington wide open. He fires. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. The 3 from George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Jones. He dishes it to Lillard. Lets it go from the wing, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Lillard's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Trailblazers. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter of this one. Beverly, the pass to Cousins. Here's Leonard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Clippers.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Leonard.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. From deep, George buries the long-range jumper. And the Clippers lead by 13.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
David, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Morris in at the 4. The shot by Holiday, no good. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Out to Morris. The 3-ball. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. The great fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
Floats it up for Cousins. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Lopez. No good on the 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And George now top of the key. Leonard looking around. Off target with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And that one drops for him.
It's really easy to admire and respect the explosiveness of Middleton. I mean, if you give this guy a lane to the basket, he'll take full advantage of it right away.
Morris kicks to George. Takes the 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And it's denied.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
Holiday finds Lopez. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
Beverly against Holiday. And that one's good. Beverly.
I like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in him.
Now here is Holiday. Kicks it out to Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think.
Outstanding awareness and a terrific finish.
A 3 from Leonard. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. For 3, Middleton. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Cousins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to George. And there's the feed to Morris. Now Cousins. Here's George. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Taking advantage of that length inside, George has the size and touch to score with ease from there.
Here's Holiday. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Beverly. Outside, George. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on them. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Milwaukee, P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now here is Holiday. Connaughton kicks to Holiday. The three-pointer, no good. LA's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Kennard for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts. No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Leonard inside, guarded by Tucker. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Knocked away and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Portis. The three-pointer off the mark. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Bucks ahead. And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Definitely the game has slowed down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Connaughton in at the 3.
And, you know, that's the hustle and nose for the ball that P.J. Tucker possesses. You've got to get a body on him.
Stripped it away. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's DiVincenzo.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
The shot's good from Kennard.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Passes it to Forbes. DiVincenzo against Jackson. And the pass to Tucker. DiVincenzo kicks it to Tucker. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 4. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. It's Jackson with the drive. Zubac trying to break loose. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got his first basket.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
And a wide open look for Portis. His three-pointers off the mark. LA's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. DiVincenzo passes to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
That was a tough shot. I mean, Jackson has practiced that, but he makes it look effortless right there.
Pass to Tucker. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Jackson from long range. No good on that one. The Bucks go the other way with it. Tucker the pass to Portis. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 4. And he could not get that. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Teague, the pass to Portis. Can't hit from in close. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 2.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That's foul number 2 for him. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. George with the bucket.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
And Holiday kicks to Middleton. .55 seconds left in the second quarter. And the dunk by Giannis.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing you he can find his teammates too.
Holiday against Rondo. The rebound by the Bucks.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Count the basket. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley comes in for Rajon Rondo. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Lopez, and the rejection by Leonard. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Beverley with the ball. Offline with his 3. Pass to Middleton. The kick out to Holiday. Here's Nora. Misses the 3. And that's it for the first half of it.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Mike Budenholzer. Your defense has been very good. Why has that happened?
Well, you know, I think our guys are committed on that end.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. And Shaq, you bestowed your Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. DiVincenzo against George. Giannis outside. And the dunk by Giannis.
And the ball handling of Antetokounmpo, my goodness, really unreal. For a guy his size, his dribbling is ridiculous.
Here's George. Here's Cousins. George against DiVincenzo. Not going to go that time. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Middleton dishes to Antetokounmpo. Kicks it down to Middleton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Clippers trail. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Passes it to Middleton. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And that one's good by Lopez. Lopez has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Milwaukee, P.J. Tucker. He's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. And that'll be his third foul so far. Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Portis, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee in the lead. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, "We've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time." Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Shoots from 14, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective.
Up the floor. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Boy, Tucker ever unselfish in how he goes about his game. Nice job finding his teammate there.
Clippers trail by 4. Over in the corner, Batum. Stolen by Tucker. Now the Bucks moving it up, and he's going to get whistled for that foul. G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game. And that corner three, a cornerstone of P.J. Tucker's game. Takes and makes them as much as anybody in the league.
And, Greg, how about this little factoid? Back at the University of Texas, he only shot 4 triples in 3 seasons. Floor spacing was not a part of his game. It was about getting that thing in the paint. But to his credit, and it's an example for all young players, through hard work, that short corner has become his bread and butter shot. Talk about a total transformation from no threes to being a dead-eye corner 3 shooter.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut back down to 4 with the made basket from Leonard. 1:16 left in the third. Connaughton passes to Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Rondo finds Leonard. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter. Milwaukee leading by 4. Here's Holiday. He's got 8. Up again. It's good on the putback.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 8.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
Holiday with it. Three seconds left. Misses at the rim.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
The third quarter comes to a close. Bucks ahead, up 4. And we're coming back in just... And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. 4-point game. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then there's Teague, and it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
The shot's good. Giannis has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Bucks.
Terrific awareness from the savvy point guard. Jeff Teague is excellent at getting the ball to the open man.
Morris looking over the floor. Here's Cousins. The pass to Mann. Shot clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Cousins, no good. Milwaukee leading by 6. Floats it up for Giannis. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Morris against Giannis. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Here is Forbes. Clock at 6. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Teague against Beverly. No good from Cousins. Bucks shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Outside, George. Warnock grabs the board. Bucks leading by 10. Antetokounmpo kicks to Forbes. And a miss there on the triple. For Los Angeles, they've gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Out to Morris to stop the drought. And here is Cousins. And the Clippers miss again.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
And it's Giannis missing. The Clippers shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. And it's George finishing it off.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition. Times it perfectly and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
T kicks to Antetokounmpo. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Good on the shot.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
George passes to Cousins. And Giannis pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And guys, the defensive Teague is underrated. Excellent instincts. And he takes reasonable chances on defense.
Now, here is George. And Cousins kicks to George. And it's George finishing it off.
No, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure.
Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating here and there.
Lopez outside. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Lopez has got the lead up to 13 now for the Bucks. Outside, George. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Fires from deep. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And sometimes with George, it doesn't really matter where he's squaring up from. If he's in rhythm, even from distance, you've got to get a hand in his face or he'll drain it.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Milwaukee.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. From the arc. And the Bucks miss again. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. George with no one around. And it's off from three-point range. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The traffic in New York City. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. And for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harden in at the point guard position. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And Irving with the basket on the assist by KD. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And it goes down 2 points.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Now, here's George. The pass to Cousins. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Harden with it. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Harden outside. High post. KD over George. And that one's good. Durant.
Well, Kevin Durant's form, his release point, everything about his stroke is really impeccable.
Oh, Leonard in position.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Harden the pass to KD. He lobs it up. Paul George with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. He can't get that one to fall. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Free throw line jump shot. Harris misses. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Morris, great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
Harden surveying the D. Offensive rebound. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Leonard over Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I love scorers who want to seek contact. Kawhi Leonard consistently in the top 20 in free throw attempts.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
Now, here is Harden. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Rondo against Harden, and it's Rondo penetrating, and that one good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
There's a minute left here in the first quarter. Right side Durant, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Durant's got 8.
So unpredictable, so versatile. When KD's working that pick and roll, the defense has a hard time dealing with it.
Now here's Rondo. Kicks it out to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Rondo wide open. Off target from three-point range. Nets trail by 4. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Nets making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Man's checked in. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 6 on the shot clock. It's his first trip to the line.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Good on both.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Right side Jackson. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind of an...
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
They've got Green. Kyrie Irving is out there with Brown. Then there's Harris. And it's Claxton in at center. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
I love that Kyrie Irving doesn't settle for something on the perimeter. He goes right to the cup.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. And then for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Kennard. Now, here is Irving. Griffin kicks to Irving. From outside the arc. But they'll get another chance. Picked away. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Wow, hammering it in.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Irving passes to Brown. Down low. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Morris. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 points.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And here's Jackson. 6 points for him. He feeds it to Cousins. Outside for Jackson, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Irving. He has 6. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And he gets the bucket. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Now here's Brown. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Kevin Durant's checked in for Harris. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Bruce Brown. And it's Harden in for Kyrie Irving. Here is Harden. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. To the paint. It's deflected. It's stolen by Rondo. Poked away. Stolen by Harden. Here's Claxton. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
Stolen. Oh, and here we go with Durant. Nobody back. And an intentional foul right there. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Batum comes in for George. And it's Luke Kennard in for Patrick Beverly. And they go to the intentional foul. The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. The free throw drops for Durant.
Now, Kevin Durant is an absolute nightmare for defenses. And if you're the opposing coach and he starts to take over, you've got to be thinking, what am I going to do with this guy? This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Rondo dishes to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal. Has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
Harden outside. Right side Durant. Uses the glass to drop it in. KD's got 12.
Well, he's so effective close to the rim because Kevin Durant has the size, he has the feel, and he knows he can score at will.
Here's Rondo. Leonard with no one around. Rebound, Brooklyn.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Luwawu. Pass to Zubac. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And he comes up with the deuce. Zubac has got his second bucket.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
And here's Harden for 3. And again, it's the Nets missing. Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And so it's the Los Angeles. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the... And that...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Beverly in at the point. Now here's Jordan. Harden outside, 6 to shoot. Tries again. He can't hit that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Leonard. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Harden the pass to Jordan, and the shot goes in.
Boy, this guy has run this play so many times. DeAndre Jordan understands how to read the defense.
Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Mann's checked in. Here's Beverly. 6-point lead. Now here's Cousins. Here's George. It's hauled in by Claxton. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Passes to Beverly. Outside for George. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Jackson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Now Morris. High post Cousins. Just 5 on the clock. Out to the right wing. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harris with the ball.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
So for the Nets, Harris comes in for Irving, and it's Tyler Johnson in for James Harden. And the dunk by Jackson.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Brooklyn with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Harris.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Now here's Jackson. 8 points for him. And the dunk by Jackson.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Outside, KD. Passes it to Claxton. Jordan kicks to Durant. And foul on the shot. And now, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. The first free throw is good. Griffin's checked in for the Nets. Kyrie Irving comes in for Joe Harris.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Los Angeles leading by 6. Rondo with the ball. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Rondo's got his second basket.
And how about the focus there from Rondo? Doesn't let the D get to him, able to complete that play through contact.
KD against Kennard. KD's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Griffin with the steal. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Batum passes to Kennard. Cousins with it. Guarded now by Irving. Rondo dishes to Cousins. And it's good. 2 points. Cousins has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Johnson attacking, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, you love the offensive talent, the ability to handle the basketball. Tyler Johnson with a strong drive and finish.
Outside Rondo. Chalk up 2 there. Rondo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
Kevin Durant on a prototypical KD roll. My man is going.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Harden way outside. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Los Angeles. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Clippers leading by 8. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Nets. Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Green. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that one's good. Leonard.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Leonard against Harden. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Nicholas Claxton subbed in for Green. Over in the corner, Brown. Back to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Griffin trying to get open. And Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And the Clippers call time here. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That'll be his second foul of the game. Nets trail by 8. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And a deep 3 from Harden. From beyond the arc, and then some. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Here's George, and George with the stop.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. A shot by Harden, wide open. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
George against Harden. And George, here we go. And then jammed down as it goes right over Blake Griffin.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there.
The 3 from Harden. It's hauled in by the Clippers, and so they foul intentionally. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Cousins is checked in. Here's Irving. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
But what a wizard Kyrie is in the open floor. Utilizes his speed to help create open shots in transition. That's beautiful.
Now, here is George. Misses in close. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. Los Angeles calls timeout. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
That free throw good from Durant. Durant nails both of them.
Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Harden way outside. And again, it's the Nets missing. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Over in the corner, Cousins. To the left wing. Beverly against Irving. Cousins. Yep, that one goes. And the Clippers lead by 4.
DeMarcus Cousins leaves no doubt in a big moment, big-time play.
And here's Harden. Outside, KD. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Leonard against Harden. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Patrick Beverly. 1:32 left to play in the final quarter. The wide open look for Durant. No good with the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Cousins gets it to go. And now it's an 8-point Clipper lead.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Durant, no good.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And a deep 3 from George from outside off the mark. And it's Harris with the ball for Brooklyn. And KD throws it down.
And this is what makes KD special, the willingness to absorb the responsibility of the big-time shot.
And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Here's George. Feeds it to Leonard.
Well, you know Joe Harris comes from one of the great defensive coaches in college basketball. He will play hard on that end.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Stolen by Harden. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
Harden against Leonard. Back to KD. From deep. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Soaring high above the wall. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Morris, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Leonard in at the three, the small forward. And for Portland, Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the two. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Over Beverley, Cousins pulls it in.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rush his release a little bit.
Right side, George. Lets the three fly. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Simons. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now, here's Lillard. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Beverley deciding where to go with it. Morris right side. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And here's Portland. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State. A small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Outside, George. Off target from outside. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And it's George finishing it off.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop.
McCollum outside. Up and in on the layup.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helped him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Stolen by Cantor. Rondo against McCollum. Back to Giles. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. 1:58 left in the first. And McCollum puts up a deep three. Anthony kicks to Powell. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Outside Jackson. Kennard for 3. Rebound by Anthony. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. And the basket by McCollum. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Kennard for 3. They get it back. Jackson. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Like whenever Jackson uses his speed on the glass, keeping possessions going.
McCollum with the ball. And yes, it's good. The Clippers in the lead. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Jackson. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
How about the muscle from Jackson on that play? Even with the contact, he knocked the bucket down easily.
A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Giles, and Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Powell finds Lillard. From deep three-point range, it's good from long range. Lillard's got 5 now.
With his ability to accelerate, defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the 3 or risk the blow-by.
Offensive rebound. Zubats, that's good.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
He gets it up. No good on the shot. And we reached the end of the first quarter. The Clippers on top. They're up by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Damian Lillard told
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Luke Kennard. Lillard scanning the floor. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's number 2 on him already. The 3rd foul before the half, and he may be grabbing some pine.
And Los Angeles with some changes. To Marcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubats. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Paul George in for Patrick Beverley.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Count that bucket.
Oh, he's one of the best passing fives in the game. I mean, think about this. Cousins doesn't get enough credit for being unselfish on the floor.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. From deep. And it's Simons missing. Los Angeles leading by 6. Up top, Leonard, defended by Jones. And Leonard gets it to go.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lillard against Morris. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Oh, the superior strength on display. Nurkic excels at absorbing contact and muscling the shot in regardless.
Little, he's checked in for Anfernee Simons. Now here's Rondo. No points in the game yet for him. Trains the three-pointer. Leonard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Well, tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assistless, incredible career that keeps going.
Here's Lillard. He has 5. And Lillard throws it down.
Oh, it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Oh, Leonard in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Lillard outside. Over Rondo. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, George. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. And George with the stuff.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Outside, Covington. Rondo against Lillard. He feeds it to Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And it's George missing. Trailblazers trail by 8. The shot by Lillard wide open. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
Rondo looking around. And he lays it straight in. And the Clippers lead by 8.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
There's 47 seconds left in the first half of the game. To the middle, Paul George with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard with the ball. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
A perennial all-defensive pick. George's quick hands create a lot of transition opportunities.
Now here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. Rondo with some nice D.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Takes it out to Leonard. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's the floater. Rebounded by Covington and stolen by Cousins. George passes to Rondo. The shot's good on the assist by George. Rondo's got 5 points in the quarter.
Rajon Rondo's never been a sharp shooter, but over the course of his career, he's gotten more comfortable from range.
Kawhi Leonard is...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage. And that'll...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. The shot by George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 13. Anthony kicks to Powell. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
We've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
And it's George missing. And here are the Trailblazers now. It's a 10-point game. Anthony looking it over. There's the pass to Cantor. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime with the defensive.
Now here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Cullen passes to Carmelo. The shot over Kennard. It's good on the putback.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Jackson in the corner. Pass to Zubac. Now Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Simons, he's checked in for Portland. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Mann's checked in. And here's McCollum. He has 6. Puts it up from 12. Buries the jump shot. McCollum's got 8 points.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Damian Lillard in for McCollum. And here is Los Angeles now. The Blazers getting the bucket. Jackson. Some solid defense from Lillard. And here are the Trailblazers. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. And the shot goes down.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Well, I mean, anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Jones. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
For the Clippers, Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. 1:27 left in the third quarter of the game. Rondo passes to Cousins. Now here's Kennard. That one goes. Count it. Kennard's got his first points in this one.
Not just a jump shooter. Kennard is more than capable of doing real damage from the interior as well.
Lillard against Rondo. Takes the 13-footer. Portland no good that time either.
He lets the D off the hook right there. I mean, if they let him get that open again in that spot, he'll get burned.
Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. It's going to be Kennard shooting. Robert Covington picks one up. And the Clippers making a change here. The Clippers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And with a bigger role, Kennard continues to blossom. An efficient, intelligent scorer who plays to his strengths.
Lillard the pass to Simons. Lillard against Rondo. Good.
Lillard is as tough as there is to contain in the pick and roll. He does a nice job of using the screen to get a little bit of separation.
Rondo passes to Leonard. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got 13.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Lillard outside. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Norman Powell. Anthony is out there with Giles. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's McCollum in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Kanter has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's McCollum. Pass to Powell. And Kanter now top the key. Inside. Here's Giles. Kanter trying to free himself up. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
You're dealing with a lot when you're guarding Kanter. Big frame, good moves, good feet, good finisher. He doesn't mind the physical battle.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. Damian Lillard, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. This is still a close game, and he told us guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win, guys.
Los Angeles calls timeout. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
He's running wild. They had to call a timeout just to take away at least some of his momentum.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. George looking over the floor. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Powell kicks to Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, true, but we'll see if they can keep forging ahead. For now, you got to give them credit for coming back.
Morris dishes to Cousins. Count it. And the Clippers lead by 2.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. Pass to Cantor. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard against Beverly.
That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch to haul in that rebound.
Cousins finds Morris. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Morris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. There's the feed to Cantor. Lillard outside. Lillard again missing.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only one in the first.
Morris inside. Foul on him. Morris with the bucket.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Los Angeles leading by 7. Oh, Leonard in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
In perfect timing, with the small lead, they're doing all they can to protect it.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Clippers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. A 3 from Leonard. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Giles the pass to Lillard. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Norman Powell. Outside, George. From deep three-point range, it's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
A 3 from Leonard. It doesn't go for him. Now Portland takes it the other way. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Simons the pass to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
When you pair Cantor's strong frame with the scorer's mentality, you get a guy that loves the dunk.
34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. From deep. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's foul number 2 for him.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Lillard outside. Knocks down the 3 ball.
We're seeing the very best of Lillard tonight. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive player. I mean, he's got a tool for every job.
Jackson from long range. So the Clippers with the win. This was a very... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome. But it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
To the inside, Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And above the rim play, always captivating, Steve. We should see a lot of that tonight.
And Kevin, I'm so excited. You know, I play under the rim, so to get a chance to watch guys play well above, I am getting my popcorn ready. The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Lobs it up for Holiday. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The 3 from Morris. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. The kick out to Holiday. Leonard with the steal. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Here's Jackson. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Puts it up. Trying to get open is Lopez. Almost, but it rolls out. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Holiday dishes to Antetokounmpo.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of the game. And both free throws good for Giannis. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's George. Nobody near Leonard. They get it back.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Holiday against Jackson. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Shoots from the line. Misses off the left iron.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Puts up a 3. No good there. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's George. No good on the triple. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Middleton for 3. Gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now, here is George. And Leonard has it in the corner. A floater, and it's sent back by Lopez.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. And for the Clippers, they're shooting a lowly 30% to start this game. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up, maybe to a fault. At times we've seen him get caught in the heat of the moment. You've got to channel that competitive edge and stay strong mentally.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
DiVincenzo passes to Portis. Misses from close range. The Clippers in the lead. And the wide-open shot from Morris. Off target with his three. Milwaukee has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Portis can't get it to go. Portis has gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Kennard kicks to Morris. 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Great size by Bobby Portis. Would love to see him block more shots, but he got all of that one.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great sendback.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Clippers on top. They're up by 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward. Portis in the post. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
That was physical D, but Bobby Portis is so strong, he finished through contact.
Beverley, the pass to Cousins. And that one goes out of bounds. Pass touched by Teague.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
And stolen by Jeff Teague, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well,
wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Luke Kennard.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
T kicks to Connaughton. Portis in the post, working on Zubac. Portis can't get it to go. The Clippers trail, and now the Clippers on the break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach gets to the pass, and the great hands on the catch.
The pass to Portis. Here is Forbes. Pass to Connaughton. Clock at 6. Whistle blows. Basket is good. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. George against Middleton. Outside Jackson for the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. There's the lob, and Kumbo takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
It's Jackson with the drive. Down low. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
Huge challenge at the rim. The defender could not have played that any better.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
And the Bucks making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Los Angeles. Now the Clippers moving it up. George with the ball, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Jackson. Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Taken away by Holiday. Here's DiVincenzo. Lays it up and banks it in. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 4 now for Milwaukee. Passes it to Zubac. That shot missing. Good D by Lopez.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Holiday finds Antetokounmpo. And here is DiVincenzo. Back to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Good work there as it goes. And it's a 6-point Bucks lead.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range. Leonard's got 7 now in this quarter.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Pass to DiVincenzo. To the paint. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Jackson against DiVincenzo. Middleton can't get it to go.
Great perimeter D. Gave a good shooter absolutely no room to operate.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Bucks. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Leonard. Marcus Morris is checked in for George. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jackson. Back to Morris. And they pick up 2. Morris has got 5 now.
And right there you see an underrated aspect to Cousins' game. Terrific instincts, senses the open man.
1 second left, and that'll do it for the first half. Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening period was 3 points. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Hart.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, there is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, and sometimes the strategy in that case, don't let anyone else beat you. You know he's going to get his, so try and keep it to that.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Bucks, Chris Middleton is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Teague, and then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Nora in at the two-guard spot.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
It's good. Jackson's got his second bucket.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And Teague, here we go. Count that one.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Outside, George. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his fourth assist in this one. Teague feeling it out a bit. Feeds it to Giannis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And George kicks to Jackson. A three from Morris. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds tonight, and Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Antetokounmpo passes to Teague to the middle. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. The pass to Portis. Lets it go from 11. Bank shot, no good.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half.
Out to Morris. Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you know you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Beverly looking around. He kicks to George. Shoots over DiVincenzo. The shot, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. A minute 50 left to play here in the third. Here's Giannis, and Giannis throws it down.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Count it. And the Bucks lead by 5.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
Rondo against Holiday. Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
He gets that one.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Portis against Rondo. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Los Angeles calls timeout.
It wasn't that long ago that Holiday suffered some injuries that had people concerned about his future.
Greg, some injuries are bad luck. We do know this. Drew Holiday's physical, he's fearless, and he doesn't know any other way to play. But thankfully, he's battled through, and he is still playing at an all-star level.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Holiday, the pass to Portis. Great D that time from Batum.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
And the basket is good. And that's now 6 points for George.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
And Holiday kicks to Portis. And Connaughton has it in the corner. And the Bucks miss again. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Milwaukee on top. They lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Milwaukee leading by 3. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson against Holiday. Jackson drives in. Batum passes to Zubac. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Antetokounmpo comes in for Pat Connaughton, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Batum dishes to Jackson. Fires the 3. Leonard kicks to Jackson. And there it is for him.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 3-point lead. The dish now to Antetokounmpo. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
That's just being out of sync and at the worst time, costly.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Kennard. And Leonard has it in the corner. Zubac, the tip in on the offensive rebound.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
And Holiday kicks to Giannis. DiVincenzo passes to Holiday. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson.
One thing about Holiday, he knows how to get defenders off balance. We'll see what he can do at the line.
Both free throws good from Drew Holiday. And here's Jackson. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. With a floater, Lopez grabs the board. Bucks leading by 3. There's the lob, Antetokounmpo. Middleton the pass to DiVincenzo. Stolen by Jackson. There's the lob to the hoop, and the dunk by Zubac.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Holiday finds DiVincenzo. Right wing. Lopez passes to DiVincenzo. Here's Giannis. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the foul against the Clippers. First one falls for him.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is. And it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Paul George in for Patrick Beverley. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Holiday surveying the floor. 1:50 left in the fourth quarter. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Beverly's checked in. Here's Connaughton. Shot clock at 6. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Stolen away. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. He feeds it to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
And it's easy to see why Lopez is out here in these moments. Never afraid to take a big shot.
High post Cousins. He dishes it to Morris. Back to Cousins. Kicks it out to Leonard. Looking to get back on track here. Money!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Antetokounmpo up top. Covered by Morris. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here we go, one-on-one. Back to Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now the Bucks moving it up. And here we go. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Kicks it down to Middleton. Back to Giannis. Middleton with it. Shot clock at 5. This one for 3. Trifecta.
And this is why he gets paid the big bucks. Middleton enjoys coming through in the clutch.
Ball's knocked loose. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
They're fortunate the defender couldn't control it. Almost lost that possession.
So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Now for Greg Anthony.